What if I told you that Henry Ford, the American automotive legend, received Nazi Germany's highest honor for foreigners? And that Adolf Hitler kept a life-size portrait of Ford on his office wall, calling him his inspiration? Welcome back to Minds That Change the World, where we uncover the shocking truths behind history's most influential figures. Henry Ford revolutionized American industry and created the modern assembly line, but there's a dark chapter in his story that most people have never heard about, a chapter that connects the man who motorized America to the rise of Nazi Germany. Today, we're exploring the disturbing relationship between Henry Ford and Adolf Hitler, and how Ford's ideas influenced one of history's darkest periods. In 1918, Henry Ford purchased a small newspaper called the Dearborn Independent. What started as a local publication would become the vehicle for one of America's most dangerous hate campaigns. Ford began publishing a series called The International Jew. These articles promoted conspiracy theories and blamed Jewish people for everything from World War I to economic problems in America. If you bought a Ford car, you got anti-Semitic propaganda with your purchase. The series ran for 91 consecutive weeks. Ford printed over 500,000 copies and distributed them through his car dealerships across the country. He compiled these articles into a book called The International Jew, the world's foremost problem. The book was translated into multiple languages and spread across the globe. But Ford didn't stop there. This was the highest honor Nazi Germany could bestow on a foreign citizen. When asked about it, Hitler reportedly said, "I regard Henry Ford as my inspiration." Ford accepted the medal proudly, posing for photographs with Nazi representatives. In Germany, a young Adolf Hitler was paying attention. They reprinted and distributed hundreds of thousands of copies throughout Germany. Hitler praised Ford in his book Mein Kampf, calling him the only American who understood the Jewish question. The admiration was mutual. Ford's German subsidiary, Ford Work, used forced labor and prisoners of war to manufacture vehicles for the Nazi war machine. In 1938, on Henry Ford's 75th birthday, Nazi Germany awarded him the Grand Cross of the German Eagle. He claimed he had been misunderstood and that his views had been taken out of context. The ceremony took place at Ford's Dearborn mansion. German officials traveled to America specifically to honor the automotive pioneer. His anti-Semitic writings had contributed to a climate of hatred that enabled genocide. Meanwhile, in Hitler's office in Munich, a life-size portrait of Henry Ford hung prominently on the wall. When brilliant minds spread harmful ideas, the consequences can echo through history in ways they never imagined. Brilliant minds can create revolutionary innovations and destructive ideologies with equal power. Intelligence without moral responsibility can become a weapon. Ford's influence on Nazi ideology went beyond admiration. The Nazis used Ford's book, The International Jew, as a blueprint for their own propaganda. It's a reminder that we must judge historical figures by their complete legacy, not just their achievements. Subscribe to Minds That Change the World and hit that notification bell to discover more complex stories about the people who shaped our reality. The connection became even more sinister during World War II. After the war, when the full extent of the Holocaust became known, Ford faced intense criticism. "You won't believe what this genius was secretly doing." In 1947, Ford died, taking his true feelings about his Nazi connections to the grave, but the damage had been done. Ford's story reveals a disturbing truth about genius and influence. The man who gave America affordable cars also gave the world dangerous ideas that contributed to the death of millions. Henry Ford's dark secret teaches us that influence comes with responsibility. What other hidden truths lie behind the legends we admire? Next week, we're uncovering Isaac Newton's dark experiments that he kept hidden for decades.